It is time. Hello, how you guys doing today? We're gonna be doing some a little bit of a fancy dancy cooking stream today. I wanted to just kind of make a regular ass dinner, nothing crazy. We're gonna make, I was supposed to find veal chops, I couldn't find any, so I have pork chops. We're gonna make those the classic standard way, finish them off in the oven. We're also gonna be making a mushroom risotto, which is something that I don't think I've done on the stream yet, so we're gonna be doing that. So yes, we are going to be making so it's just like a nice classic dinner. I wanted to try something low-key today and just kind of very chill because I love me some really basic ass recipes. I also have like a shit ton of meal prep, so there are a lot of things going on and I'm all about it being able to just kind of take it easy. Guys, come home to me and make food. Obviously now, sorry, home, I'm already happy to be. Hooray, what's up, Prince and Rain? As you know, this week we kind of weird schedule. It might look like we'll have another weird schedule next week because of lunch buffet. So on Tuesday, on Monday we'll be at lunches. I'm kind of tempted to do a buffet lunch stream, so I might do a cooking stream where like decorate cookies with the lines that day. Are you transgender? I am a dude. Yes, my name is Hank. My normal name is Hank, and I'm a truck driver when I'm not streaming. That's why I have truck driver emotes. I'm like so freaking hungry. I'm already like, a mushroom risotto takes quite a bit of time to make. Alrighty, so we're gonna need 9.5 tablespoons of butter divided. We're gonna need 1.5 pounds mushrooms, fresh. I do have fresh mushrooms. Hopefully it's enough. It says to use like porcini, hen of the woods, chanterelle, or stem shiitake. I have oyster mushrooms and I have shiitake mushrooms, and that's just gonna have to do because I am not a wild mushroom hunter. I am not qualified to look for mushrooms that might possibly not kill me, so I am not gonna be the one going out into the fucking woods. All right, we're just getting started on figuring out what we're gonna need for our recipe. So on top of those 1.5 pounds of mushrooms, we're gonna need 7 cups of low salt chicken broth. I have chicken broth. 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, 3/4 cup finely chopped leeks. I don't have leeks. I totally forgot about the leeks. I have shallots and I have white onions, and that's just gonna have to do. 1 1/4 cup arborio rice. Absolutely, we have that. 1/4 cup dry white wine, and I need 1/4 cup dry white vermouth. I don't think I have vermouth. I feel like I've had vermouth though in my stream somewhere. I thought I had, I mean, I swear to Jesus, I thought we had vermouth. I guess we don't. Oh, yes we do. Yes it is. Okay, so we have vermouth, guys, yay! Oh, it's white vermouth. This is not white vermouth. No, we have white wine though. It says 1/4 cup white wine, 1/4 cup dry white vermouth. This is not white vermouth, but we will use 1/2 cup of white wine instead. I know I have that for days. That is not a problem. And then 1/4 cup grated Parmesan cheese. Sometimes it's just about using whatever it is that you got in your kitchen and just making do. See here, so white onion, check. Shallots, check. We'll do the mushrooms once I'm done with these. Okay, we're just gonna see if these are viable. Looks like I got some dirt under here that I don't want. No, yeah, we're good. Old onions though give me problems. Old onions give me the crying onion thing. I have to replace that light onion flavor with like onions and shallots. So shallots I have, I'm gonna be using, and they are the very neutral. They're not as heavy in the oniony flavor / taste, and so it's great to use for risotto because I like that stuff. Makes me feel good. We don't need too much onion, so I'm just grabbing some slices off the side of a halved onion and I'm just chomping them down. Nice. So it said to use wild mushrooms. We don't got any wild mushrooms, but I do have undried oyster mushrooms, and I have undried shiitake mushrooms, and we're going to be using those today. So alrighty, so this is actually nice. There's hardly any dirt, if at all, in here. It makes me happy. Let's go ahead and chop these down then, huh? We gotta slice them is what we gotta do. All right, so we're gonna go in here a little bit at a time, just inspect everything. Everything looks great. So I just don't want to get the bottoms. Is that the bottom? Yeah. So we're just gonna inspect every little piece as we chop it to make sure. Oh my God. And I want to keep the pieces kind of big. Like I said, I want you to know that there is a presence of mushroom when you take a bite into the risotto. So we're doing oyster mushrooms now. We just did shiitake mushrooms. We're moving on to oyster mushrooms, and we're chopping these suckers up. Back to arborio rice. So we're using arborio rice because it is a short and it is a flat rice. Because of the shape, we get a lot more starch granules that get released from the rice that ends up in the cooking medium and then gives us that really creamy texture that you get from making risotto. No joke risotto. Yeah, we're making it the old-fashioned way. No shortcuts. We're going to be stirring the rice constantly until it's cooked. And by cooked, I mean that it still has some kind of a raw bite to it when you take a bite. You're not supposed to cook the rice completely 100% all the way. You actually do have to get that al dente in there. You kind of have to try and get that rice al dente, or still a little bit of that raw, you know, resistance bite when you take a when you chew on it. So 2 tablespoons of butter going in our Dutch oven, because this thing is amazing. Dutch ovens are amazing. And we're going to take 1/4 of our mushrooms and we're going to go ahead and start cooking those out. So I've got my wooden spoon because I am an Italian grandma at heart. All right, so we have a nice warm butter bath. Let's go ahead and start sticking some mushrooms in here. They said 1/4 of a batch at a time. It says 4 to 5 minutes, so it's not going to be that long, but we need it long enough to where we're going to make sure that everything cooks through all the way. So I'm going to add some more butter though. So we're just going to cook these down for several minutes, make sure we can evaporate some of that water content in our mushrooms. I mean, they look really nice. I want to keep them big chunks because I want you guys to be aware of the mushroom presence when I do it like this. I feel like that's super important. All right, so it looks like we're mostly cooked here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these mushrooms. Melt remaining 1.5 tablespoons of butter with olive oil in heavy large saucepan over medium-low heat. Add leeks. Okay, sprinkle salt. Saute until tender. Add rice. Increase heat to medium. Stir until edges of rice begin to look translucent. 3 to 4 minutes. Add white wine and vermouth and stir until liquid is absorbed. About 1 minute. Add 3/4 cup warm chicken broth. Stir until almost all the broth is absorbed. About 1 minute. Continue adding broth by 3/4 cupfuls, stirring until almost all the broth is absorbed before adding more. Until rice is halfway cooked, about 10 minutes. Stir in sauteed mushrooms. Continue adding broth by 3/4 cupfuls, stirring until almost all broth is absorbed before adding more. Rice is tender but still firm to the bite, and risotto is creamy. About 10 minutes. Stir in 1/4 cup grated Parmesan cheese, if using. Transfer risotto to serving bowl. Pass additional Parmesan cheese alongside if desired. All right, so we're cooking these until they're nice and translucent. We're adding our rice in here, so let's get our rice ready. 1 1/4 cup rice. Let's do this. All right, so we're adding in our arborio rice. All right, so we're gonna cook this, and we're gonna cook the arborio rice until it becomes translucent, they said. So who knows, we might actually have the opportunity to see some, oh, I'm supposed to put some butter in here as well. Oh my God. My bad. Needs to be butter in here as well. All right, so we're gonna give it like another minute before we move on and do our half cup of white wine. Don't need this anymore. All right, so it looks like we're doing good. Let's go ahead and unstuck all that shit on the bottom. I did not mean to put the whole thing in there. Fuck! Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So all that stuff on the bottom's getting unstuck now. All that liquid is going to be holding all that mushroom flavor that we have at the bottom of our pan. All right, so we're gonna begin our stirring sessions here. What did you add as liquid? I just added it's supposed to be half a cup of white wine. I accidentally added like 3/4 of a cup of white wine. My bad, I'm sorry. All right, so I'm gonna take a ladle here. We're gonna take our chicken stock. We're gonna take 3/4 of a cup at a time of our boiling hot chicken stock. And we're gonna stir this in on medium heat. Do you use the cream during the rice hydration process, or you just add a ton of cheese at the end? So because we're constantly stirring our arborio rice as we're cooking it off the way we're doing it now, the starch granules are gonna burst forth from the rice and it's gonna be acting like a thickener towards the chicken stock. So what's actually the creaminess is not heavy cream. It's actually what's supposed to be that creaminess is supposed to be thickened chicken stock because of the starch granules. So the starch granules are going to be bursting as we are continually stirring this risotto, and they're going to be using those starch granules to thicken that chicken stock. And so now when it comes to making risotto, you are supposed to stir non-stop until you are done cooking. So as you can see with the medium heat, we're starting to see all the chicken stock thickening up. We can see it evaporating out, so it is getting thicker here. The rice, as soon as all of our chicken stock has evaporated completely, we add in our new batch of chicken stock into the mix. All right, so we have ourselves dry rice again, adding in more chicken stock. It's boiling at the moment, so it's nice and hot, and we'll continue to cook off. And we continue to stir and cook. So I'm gonna add a bit of salt. The real question is though, Horde or Alliance? Miami, I will be and always will be all the way. Hashtag Team Alliance. Because I am an alliance all the way. I am alliance all the way. Here's our pepper. Okay, so we're adding another batch of chicken broth. After this batch, I'm gonna check out the risotto texture, and we're gonna see where we're at. So those starch granules are coming out and bursting at the seams. All right, so we're actually supposed to be adding our mushrooms in right now. Supposedly we're on the halfway mark, but we're gonna see for now. What's up? Ooh, we're there. This is the last of our stuff. We're there, guys. So the only time we need to add more chicken stock is to revive this after to revive the risotto after we've finished making everything else. All right, look at all that mushroom in there. It looks so good and in big chunks the way I like it. Yeah, we're good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, yep, we're good. All right, so I'm gonna take some asparagus that's already been prepared to go. 7. All right, cool. So these are all evenly divided. I'm gonna have one extra, that's okay. So here's how I prepare asparagus. All right, you ready? So we're gonna sit here and I'm gonna put some salt and pepper on our asparagus here. This is my kind of go-to. So anyway, we have salt and pepper on our asparagus. I'm bringing over some prosciutto slices, and we're gonna take these prosciutto slices, and we only need one. slice per asparagus. So we took 3 sheets of prosciutto and we wrapped up our asparagus, 3 different piles of asparagus in the prosciutto. So normally people like to put this on the grill. It's too fucking hot to go on the grill, so we're gonna leave it like this. We're gonna go ahead as soon as the oven is ready. We're gonna bake this breezy in the oven. My wind. So we wrap this asparagus. I'm waiting for the oven. Oh wait, we're good. So I'm gonna put these asparagus in the oven. Computer, just in time. Set an asparagus timer for 10 minutes. I'm gonna start at the 10-minute mark, but I'm not sure exactly when it's gonna be finished. I can afford prosciutto, I'll have to try that. Yeah, Big Cricket, I like it a lot. And then when you take it out of the oven, I like to sprinkle it with Parmesan cheese on top. Not a lot, just enough to kind of keep the asparagus interesting. And that is my favorite thing to do. That is my favorite thing to make with asparagus. I think it's really good. So we are cleaned up on the cutting board. We're gonna go ahead and season up. We're gonna keep the pork chops here very, very simple, okay? The risotto is gonna be the star of the show. And I just want the pork chops to be living in its world. All right, so this is a badly butchered pork chop, but we're gonna go for it anyway. So this is from our True Blue. These beautiful pieces of pork chop actually come from our True Blue butcher shop that lives in the local area. There we go. Okay, so salt and pepper on each side. We're treating these pork chops very simply. All you need is salt and pepper. Like I said, the risotto is the star of the show. Okay, so do I have tongs? I prefer bone out because less meat and you also have a hard time chewing the meat around the bone. Agreed. All right, so we're gonna turn this over. All right, so adding in our salt. All right. I am not doing anything fancy to this pork chops. Salt and pepper's enough. And it's, guy, the butcher guy asked me like, woohoo, 210 item level. Congratulations, Dark Hadia, on your 210 item level. All right. Bone adds a bit of flavor in the cook process, doesn't it? Yes, it does. You were correct. I was about to bring that up. So you get a lot of flavor in the cooking process from the bones that are going in there. Kind of adds a little bit of flavor that leaches out into the rest of the meat. Not a, you know, it's noticeable enough that you're gonna. It's noticeable enough that you can taste that flavor from the bones. All right, that is it. All right, so we're finishing up, guys. God, what time is it? 3:20. Man, I didn't realize this was gonna be very quick. That's okay. That means we play We Happy Few tonight. Oh no, I can't. It's football tonight. Oh fuck, I forgot. Oh my God, football starts in like 40 minutes. All right, give me a second here. So I don't have my cast iron. I haven't seasoned up my cast irons, and I've been hanging on to my cast iron for like too long. I've been hanging on to my cast iron pans that I do have for a way long time, and I should actually season my cast iron. That would be a good idea. Maybe. Seeing Gordon Ramsay on a restaurant you attend is either really good or really bad. Do you like coat the meat with some oil before cooking? I coat the pan with oil before cooking. LOL, I recognize that from Shower Thoughts. Wait, what? That's funny. Ooh, risotto, yum. Yes, Nouvelle. We have finished up the risotto. It is 80% corn pleated. Literally just needs to like heat up and then serve hot and then we're done. Okay, so my fry pan is still hot. Whatever. Let me refill my drink. I have time. All right, so let's go ahead and put the stove cam up. Ooh, I gotta drink water. So I add oil to the pan. The pan is on medium heat, and I'm just trying to make sure that the oil gets covered and everything. So I don't have cast iron. Oh, and I gotta get a, so we're gonna be searing our pork chops. And then we're gonna finish off our pork chops in the oven so that we don't overcook it and it turns out too tough. That is actually a problem. All right. All right, maybe the lighting's a little much. Okay, medium heat. I want to get a good, nice, crusty crust on our pork chops. And then we're going to put them on a sheet tray, and then we're going to finish them off in the oven. I am looking at the asparagus here. Let me make a landing pad for the asparagus. So you can see me pouring in the Parmesan cheese on the asparagus when we're finished. That gets shaken up. Is it cooked all the way? Yeah, okay. While you're constantly stirring the risotto. There we go. And so those starch granules bust open. And those starch granules will thicken up the chicken stock to give you that creamy texture. So arborio rice is a very sometimes they'll just have a reason. I might actually bring this in so it'll melt a little bit. Asparagus is my go-to veggie side. Same fam. All right. So I'm turning up the heat a little higher than normal, but I just want to really make sure this thing gets everything, all the coloring, everything I want. Let me see how it looks on the bottom. Nope, it still needs more. Wow, I should have turned up the heat higher before I put these on there. It's gonna end up cooking all the way if I'm not careful. I don't get to work with such beautiful pieces of pork chop normally, so I'm having a little bit of a thing here. This is me experimenting with pork chop, kids. Don't mind me. So I'm gonna have to hit up Towley. It's all right. It's okay, crust. I gotta get the asparagus out. That stuff melted by now. Yes, it did. Nice. Alrighty, so here's our completed asparagus, complete with melted Parmesan cheese on there. I love my cast iron, but it's a pain to take care of. That's what I keep hearing. Yeah. Ooh, fuck. All right, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna stick these pork chops in the oven. Do a nice finishing move on these. Finish him! We're gonna heat up our chicken broth one more time so it can get nice and hot. We're gonna bring back our risotto here. Gotta reheat it. As soon as that chicken stock is warm enough. We might need more chicken stock. Let me just throw this in here. Okay. Let's go. I need this. I'm waiting for this chicken stock to get fucking hot. I'm gonna get hotter. I want to see a boil. Rolling boil. Let's go. No, we're good. So we just need to just make this hot enough to like reheat the risotto, and that is about it. Man, I'm really worried though that I'm gonna undercook this pork chop. We'll see right now. There's already juices coming out. I mean, that's good. I can do my finger check. I know that sounds really awful when I say it that way, but I can check the doneness of meats usually by like pressing down on the top of the fattest part of the meat. And then that usually gives me an indication how everything else is. Oh yeah, it's pretty firm. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let this rest. Oh yeah, Tally is going to be doing the stream stuff with D. Carter. He helped us out last year, and he said he's willing to help us out again this year, just to make sure that everything goes off without a hitch. All right, so we have to finish off our risotto. I'm putting a risotto to medium heat. What is it? So our risotto is getting put up to medium heat here. We're gonna put one last set of chicken stock in here, just enough to kind of heat everything up and bring everything back to a creamy consistency. If you feel like you need to have more creaminess happen, then absolutely hit it with some heavy cream if you really need to. Nothing wrong with that. I understand. So I'm just reheating this, getting back to a creamy texture. And then we're gonna finish this off with adding Parmesan cheese. And then while it's still creamy, let's add in that 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese as a finisher. So 1/4 cup of Parm cheese going in off the heat to make sure the heat's already off when you do this part. I need my plate. Time for plating the food. I'll go get it. Okay. Not the best plating, but it'll do. It'll do. I'm back. I messed up the plating, I know, but I mean, I'm not the world's best plater, but I make good food. Okay, sprinkling some Parmesan over the risotto really quick. Okay, here we go. You're shocked that other people can watch other channels? What? I'm just kidding. All right, so here we go with the mushroom risotto first. Oh, I wanted this so bad, and I'm so glad it turned out so good because I needed this to turn out really good. All right, so let's get in here. So I'm gonna chop up this asparagus. Cool. And I'm going to keep chopping up the asparagus with the prosciutto in it so I can break up some of that prosciutto into pieces that can go more evenly with other pieces of asparagus. Come on. So, piece of prosciutto, bunch of asparagus. Still kind of crunchy. It's really good. Oh, this is so good. All right, we did it, you guys. We did it! Oh my God, I'm so fucking excited. We are 2 for 3 right now. We are going for one more. I'm so fucking excited right now. I'm feeling really fucking good. Is it weird to have like I feel like I'm having a foodgasm right now. Hopefully I cooked this correctly. Ooh, it looks really good. Ooh, it looks really good. Slightly pink on the inside, which is what I was going for. I cooked it just right. It's juicy meat. This is good. So thank you very much, everybody who was here. I appreciate everyone who wanted to come in and help me make the best gosh darn mushroom risotto I've ever had. I'm gonna tell you, like, this stuff is freaking delicious and I love it so much. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it all. I will see you guys next time. Peace, love, happy cooking, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.